Foundation board member Liz Gale went live for 50 minutes yesterday and danced around every serious question. Since breaking her arm, she says, she's been consuming every bit of S.P.T.V content. I have been trying to figure out what to say, what to do, where to stand, Liz says. A chatter asks Liz about the Foundation's EIN number. I'm going to ask some questions about that. I'm going to try to find out everything I can about that. For sure. Because it is my understanding that it's not a sinister situation. It's just an administrative waiting period. She says she knows it's a large issue in the community. Aaron and Marilyn both insist the Foundation already has an EIN. If that's true, all Liz had to do before going live tonight was to text Aaron and ask him for the EIN number. Even if they're not publicizing it yet, she would know what it is. The S.P.T.V Foundation missed out on quite a few donations by not giving Pearl Snappy a correct EIN. That's irresponsible and doesn't make any sense. Liz says she doesn't know how to navigate all of this. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to make it less messy, she says. She says she's definitely not going to make a big statement about what's been going on. She says a lot has happened in the past few days. No, a lot has happened over the past 5 weeks, and everybody still on the S.P.T.V Foundation board has been ignoring it. During that time, 3 more ex-Sea Org members have left the board. The volunteer coordinator has quit, and Liz Ferris released almost all of a contract that proves the S.P.T.V Foundation has a much more punishing policy than the Aftermath Foundation does. No matter how messy this gets, I want to help people, and that's what we're here for, Liz Gale says. A chatter tells Liz the slogan that Natalie's been using lately: not my circus, not my monkeys. Some of these monkeys are mine, Liz says. She totally dodges a question about Serge and Nora leaving the S.P.T.V Foundation and explains that she's in between doses of pain medication. It's complicated. Serge and Nora are my friends. They're not parasocial individuals that I only communicate with on YouTube. She says she's hearing the concerns of the community about the S.P.T.V Foundation. I don't have an official statement to say. I still need to understand some more things for myself, she says. But I am working on it. And I guess that's the transparency that I have to offer today. This is ridiculous. Liz Gale was one of the first board members that people publicly reached out to asking about a dozen basic questions when the foundation was first announced. She promised to answer the questions as soon as possible and never got back to anyone. After Aaron bullied Liz Ferris and Lara on a live stream and disclosed Liz's private medical information without her consent, an S.P.T.V fan explained on Liz Gale's community page why that was such a terrible breach of privacy for the president of the foundation. The fan asked Liz Gale to comment on it, and she said she needed time to think about what to say. She's constantly begging for more time, and then winds up saying nothing but a bunch of word salad. Liz says she still has her eye on the prize, but she admits that there's part of her that wants to wash her hands of this and say it's too hard. And then somebody like this Chase person comes out. She says he's had his life turned upside down by Scientology, and it reminds her why she wanted to do this in the first place. Liz got the man's name wrong. His name is Chance, and as an S.P.T.V Foundation board member who says she's been watching all of the S.P.T.V content, Liz should know that. Liz says she's been on TikTok for over 2 years, spreading the message about the dangers of Scientology. I've had a few videos go over 1 million views, she says. I've been able to educate people, and that feels good to me. I don't know why it's so much harder over here. She says she's not afraid to be a leader. If there's a way that I can step up and help make things run smoother, I want to do that. But I don't know what that looks like right now, she says. Liz says she's speaking for the S.P.T.V Foundation board when she says that when someone needs help, that's the priority. She says she's going to start educating herself about nonprofits and find experts in the field that will answer her questions. Liz has literally had many months to do some of that stuff. Many S.P.T.V fans have been offering for almost a year to serve as advisors or give advice about nonprofits. I don't know how to fix this, she says. And I don't mean like a PR spin fix it. I know how high the stakes are, and that makes me want to proceed with caution and be very mindful. Liz says she doesn't want to control her friends, or SPTV viewers, or the S.P.T.V Foundation board. She talks about the importance of hearing each other, but Serge and Dylan have both spoken at length about how their concerns and questions were totally shut down by other board members until they felt they had no choice but to resign. Serge and Dylan say neither one of their resignation letters has been acknowledged by the S.P.T.V Foundation board. Liz says she wants every policy in place right now and everybody to be able to have their say in their passion projects, but that takes time, and the S.P.T.V Foundation is new. When a chatter brings up filing fraud reports on the S.P.T.V Foundation, Liz says people can do what they need to do, and those investigations would lead to the truth. She's skipping a bunch of other questions. She refuses to comment on the issue of the contract that the board tried to force Liz Ferris to sign. "I do intend on finding out more and speaking more about this," she says. It's unclear if Liz Gale was one of the board members who was kept in the dark about that contract. Near the end of the video, Liz's young child comes into the room, and she says they're not allowed to show their face on YouTube. Liz cut him off when he was talking at one point, saying that the information he was sharing was too private. That's wonderful. Reese, one of her fellow board members, needs to learn that lesson from Liz.